Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It is September 2nd, 2010 on this live Thursday edition. We've got James Delingpole, writer for the London Telegraph, joining us to discuss, well, the different psychological studies that have been conducted by major universities showing that your average environmentalist is 6 times more likely to steal or be violent. And that's because really they're just wannabe elitist control freaks who want to boss you around and parasite off of you. And that's why they always call you a parasite and say they want you dead, and call children and old people parasites. Because being wolves, being parasites, predators, they have an instinctive hatred of the young and the old. Because being psychopathic predators, they believe that's a weaker group. And they scatter like roaches before someone who is bipedal and able to speak. Someone who can actually walk. But if you're in a wheelchair or a baby, they just endlessly write poetry, literature about how you're subhuman trash that must be killed immediately. Dr. Peter Singer, Eric Pianka at UT, Ted Turner at the press club calling you useless feeders. This latest psychopath that the police took out when he was threatening to blow somebody's head off who took over the Discovery Channel. He was, of course, foaming at the mouth, calling babies degenerate, vile scum. These are just some of the terms he used. Vile, parasite humans. Well, don't worry, punk. One less vile parasite human is dead. Those little innocent babies aren't vile parasites. You are a vile parasite, and the police put a couple of rounds into you so you could bleed out on the ground. And I bet you're a lot happier now that the earth is safe from one more parasite. But, of course, you're not a parasite. You're a grand protector of everyone, aren't you? But we'll be discussing that a little bit more today. Remember what they always promote abortion as? Get rid of that parasite, woman. That's a parasite inside your uterus, sucking your blood. Babies are parasites. I was taught that in public school. Abortion was a wonderful right that massively increases women's cancer rates in breast and their cervix and, of course, other areas of the body associated with reproduction like the uterus and the ovaries. Of course, they didn't tell you that. They said, get rid of that little parasite. And what did Margaret Sanger call black people when she talked about posing as a liberal and hiring black leaders to make the blacks trust them so they could exterminate the weeds, the parasites? She called them parasites. And, oh, they do murder more than half of those so-called parasites. They get more than half those black babies. And then they have their little parasite rulers, like slimeball Chris Matthews up there talking about race all day, and hyping blacks up to be so full of vitriolic hatred of the average dumbed-down, drooling white person that they go out and have, beat-up whitey night. But, oh, you bet those black kids, I bet they love Planned Parenthood. I bet when they see a whitey liberal up on TV, they get all warm and fuzzy feelings inside, because they've been taught to love the murdering eugenicist Nazis, and they've been taught to hate the guilt complex, dumbed down, who euthanized, oh, they're being soft-killed as well, little pathetic whitey who, when the blacks are beating him up, roll around on the ground begging, oh, I hate myself, I'm a whitey, don't worry, I'm a liberal, I've got Barack Obama stickers on my car, I support Margaret Sanger, I'm a good person. All right, it's all coming up today. Stay with us on the other side. We're going to cover it all. We're going to go end, through, and beyond. But first, I've got a rant on multiple subjects straight ahead on this Thursday transmission. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.com.
This is Alex Jones.